Hi guys, this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm. Welcome back to my channel. I would like to speak with you all today about planning and preparation. So I can be extremely impulsive. I get these bright ideas and I just want to run with them, and I don't necessarily always look into what it's going to take to get the job done. I look at the price and I'm like, okay, I can afford that. I can do that. I can get the money for that even if I don't have the money right then. And I don't always sit there and figure out, like, okay, what do I have to do to get here? What is it really going to take? The most important thing that I've learned throughout my entrepreneurial journey is that you have to have a concrete plan. And that doesn't mean that you won't deviate from the plan. It doesn't mean that you have to stick with that exact plan and you can't tweak it a little. It doesn't mean that the timelines will be exactly what you want them to be, as far as if you say, okay, I have this goal that I want to accomplish in October, and you hit the goal in September instead. So now you need to plan and strategize for what you want to do for October, or maybe your November goals are now your October goals. Or let's say the November thing that you have planned is seasonal, like for say like a Friendsgiving type of event, and so you can't move your November event to the October event. So it's like, okay, what can I do now? And oftentimes, even with the self-love Saturdays that I host, I will already have a list of different programs that I could potentially do. I'll have my PowerPoints created that I put a lot of time and energy into, my graphics, my videos, different research aspects that I want to have in there. I look at studies. I figure out what kind of information do I want to convey to my audience. And then I can see from that list, okay, well, would that fit into October? Absolutely. So now I can have this particular event in October and do my planning and preparation from there. And as an event planner, I can tell you, like, sometimes things just do not go as planned. I've had events where I've had to shorten the areas where people could sit because we requested mics and now the mics aren't working, or we requested certain media and now my PowerPoint won't play, so now I have to run, upstairs or send someone to a printer so they can print off my PowerPoint and I can use my notes from there. Or now I have to just solely rely on the note cards I created for myself, or whatever the case may be. And you have to be able to improvise. And so I think when people think about the idea of improvisation, they think that you have to wing everything or that everything can just come off the fly. Yeah, just do it. And it is good to have that just do it aspect about yourself, but you definitely have to have that planner in you as well, because when you have things planned out, then you have something that can come next. So I gave you all an example of a potential event that could be canceled or a goal that could be hit, and then you have to plan something in its place. So now I'll give you an example of if you're at an event and something goes wrong. So let's say you have an event and one of your acts doesn't show up, someone who's supposed to be a speaker or someone who is supposed to perform or speak on a specific topic. Actually, my men's conference last year, I had someone not be able to make it, and he was very upfront about it, letting me know a significant enough time in advance to where I was able to gather some notes from him and say, okay, well, what were you going to speak on? Is there any information that you can send me that I'll be able to send out to my audience? And you have to be able to do that. Not, okay, you're just not going to show up to my event. People were counting on you to be there, being all angry. Like, it is what it is. Things happen. People have family things that they have come up, emergencies. Someone may get a flat tire on their way to your event that may be outside of the city or even outside of the state. And so you have to have your schedule in place and your things in order to where you would be able to make up for that. So I did present his information myself. I still introduced the person who the information came from, and then I provided additional information so that they could get in contact with the expert. Does that make sense? So always make sure you have a plan in place. That planning and preparation is everything. And even if it would have happened the day of, I gave a program and I said what we were going to discuss. So even if I had to run to my phone or run to my laptop and get some resources on credit solutions and monitoring your credit and making sure that your credit is in order, you're checking for derogatory remarks, different things like that. That's just something that I would have had to do. And I have absolutely no problem with using that additional research to go seek that out. But when you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's a great segue. So yes, definitely always have a plan for what you want to do. Have your vision out, and that way anytime you need to sort of tweak anything, you can do that. A lot of times people say, well, you can plan, but it may not go as planned. So does that mean not have a plan at all? Absolutely not. I can tell you from experience, like, your plan may not go exactly as you wanted to go, or you may hit the same goal, but it may come through a different person. That's perfectly fine, but you had a plan. And those improvisations and those modifications came in because you had a plan. If you didn't have a plan at all, it's like, what would you do with that time, that space? Would you have a conversation? Do you have pre-planned activities that people can do? Can we play four corners and ask questions relevant to your topic, whatever you're presenting on, or whatever your seminar is about? Plan. Always have a backup activity or backup activities. Always have multiple speakers that can fit into a space. Make sure that you have a program. Even if you don't print programs for everyone, I know a lot of event planners now are making it so people can have like a PDF form of a program and be able to save it or print it out on their own, just to be more environmentally friendly. But I like to carry a program for myself, even if I just literally take a notebook and write down who's going to come first, what my introduction will be, who my host is, whatever the case may be. So planning it's very important. It will be an asset to you in every arena of your life, whether it be you being a student, or you deciding that you want to have a business. Not all people want to have a business. You may decide that you want to plan out your career. And, you know, coming from a person who has worked with children, I have spoken to a lot of moms, and these moms always say, well, you know, I really had this plan and I went to school, but when I got married, my husband wanted me to stay home and I'm not using my degree. And that normally happens with other cultures. It's not something that I see often in American culture, but in other cultures, this particular family I was working with is from Bangladesh, and they are Muslim. And so a lot of the women stay home. They take care of the home, they take care of the children, and they don't go out unless they go out with their husbands. They're never without that covering, right? And so she did not have a plan for what she wanted her life to look like after marriage, and she went and got a master's degree. So she didn't just stop at a bachelor's, you know, to have something under her belt. She got a master's and she's not using it. That is devastating. Even if you were to have a stay-at-home situation, which I think is beautiful. I love the idea of being a stay-at-home mom, but I think that when you have a plan in place, even if she was able to do something at home to make money, that would have been wonderful. So think about that, and definitely speak with your significant other if you're dating anyone seriously about what they want that to look like. So love and light to you. I hope this video on planning and preparation has helped. Definitely take notes, use some online resources for how to structure things, do whatever it takes. I love you.